I don't know if we're even supposed to pull all the way in, or yeah, it looks like it. I'm gonna go ahead and, I guess, pull in. I don't know what this little building is right here. Looks like a little receiving chapel maybe, and possibly some old bathrooms. We'll check that out here. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on 539. So it's already looking like a pretty interesting location. I'm gonna have to look up some more information about it, but unfortunately I have zero cell phone service out here. I was thinking about doing another live stream today, but that's not going to happen now. So we're gonna get out, we're gonna check out this little building. It looks like we can get a pretty clear view in through the windows here, and it looks like it's probably actually an outhouse too. So we'll go ahead, check that out, see if it's maybe still active, still in use today. And then we'll take a look around and find some of the historic graves here, maybe see if there's some Civil War veterans, some other war veterans here, and what all we can find here, who knows. So let's get out and start the exploration. And as we first hop out of the car here, I'm already finding some stuff that looks like it's been hiding for a while. I'm not sure how old it is. Not 100% sure what it is. There's another one over here. It's kind of difficult. Almost, oh, okay. I see. It's actually, it looks like shingles. I wasn't expecting that. And really cool building here. Amazing view here in the country. Let me let you know once again that we are doing new episodes every Tuesday, every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, if you're worried that you're not receiving notifications properly, if things are not showing up in your timeline the way they should, just go ahead and head over to the channel every Tuesday and Saturday at your convenience. And whenever you get there, there should be an episode waiting, as long as it's after 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Alright, well, there's already a window open here. Get kind of a good look. Whoa, there's a lot of spider webs. You can see there was a huge, like, hornet's nest or bee's nest. You can kind of get a good look at what's in there. Looks like they're just using it for supplies at this point. There is an old rocking chair in there, which is kind of creepy looking. You can't really see on the other side here. You can see at the top here there is a small cross, and then this other door, making me think that at one time it probably was an outhouse that was in use. Let's see what we can find behind here. Oh, the window's just open. Oh wow. Hounded by all kinds of insects, but I did want to get a view as best as possible. So kind of cool. You can see some remnants of things here, some trash, some old vases. Looks like a few alcohol bottles, some really old vases. And Forever Pals. Oh, okay, that's just being used as a trash bag. Apparently they're gonna pick up later. So, but tons of these old planters here. Just chunk after chunk. It's like somebody came over here and maybe threw it or something. So very interesting. Maybe even looks like at some point that somebody was using it as a temporary residence. So, kind of an interesting situation. I guess if I were homeless, I would probably want to find something like that too. So, I can completely understand. So, a lot of this is newer, but this way we have quite a few historic things, and I'm not sure how far it goes back here. We'll check it out and see though. Looks fairly large. I think this is the back section here. We are, it looks like, getting into some historic stuff at the back too. See David A. Chilson, 1856 to 1904 there, and a Chilson family stone in the center here. And a whole line of historic Chilsons, 1899 to 1903. It's like 18 something to 1901 maybe? That one was a little bit. There's 1901. And this one, unfortunately, you can see is laying down. And I do think this is our line here, our property line. I don't think that we're gonna find any trails. It's interesting that a lot of these, you can see that they were children, but for being somewhat older, let's see, okay. Looks like there is a name there. Halton, I can't read it really well, but so there was a first name attached to it, and some evidence of previous fence work here. So, meaning that this is actually the historic fence line here, and you can see more of it going this way. So it looks like there has been some people here recently doing some work, which is kind of cool. And nothing really left in the brush that I can tell. And you can see that the corner is right there. So, like usual with that in mind, we'll go ahead and peruse the corners and the edges here, and it looks like up here we have some clear, like I said, wind damage. So we'll take a look at that real quick. I don't know how old that is. Wow, actually, I didn't realize it went all this way. You can kind of see behind me is the broken branch there. Doesn't look like it was hit by lightning, but that was a really, really large section of the tree. And it looks like you got a little animal trail going back here. It's really going to be hard to tell what all has been affected, if anything. And we are still in, like I said, a more historic section here. Let's see, Justice L here, 1879 to 1909. Jesse, 1877 to 1939. Here's a war veteran here. No particular war specified, but Frank at 1884 to 1956, so maybe one of the world wars, maybe World War I would probably be the most likely. And I would assume that this stone matches these on either side, and that this is the Pierce family. We have Pamela and Alzina here, and then a Robert. And it looks like Pamela, 1816 to 1883. Alzina, wife of Robert, 1850 to 1906, and Robert himself, 1848 to 1913, and also another veterans marker there. So perhaps Robert served in the Civil War, maybe even. And we see the individual markers right over here. And I see Alzina and one that says mother, which is probably Pamela, I would assume. Let's see. Is this... No, okay, yeah. It ends here, so maybe Robert is actually buried in the middle there. I'm not really 100% sure on that. So, it's going to be interesting trying to check this out. Again, I'm not seeing anything off the bat that screams that there's anything back there. You can see some things are really close though. We have another Kimmel here. We found some Kimmel graves pretty recently. Lots of historic Kimmels in Indiana. And apparently they carried on further. I think that was more recent though. Alright, let's see. So on the other side here, it looks like there is a scrap pile here. And I'm not really... No, it doesn't look like there's anything. It's not to say that the rows didn't historically continue, but if they did, it's going to be very difficult to get a view of anything if it's back there. But it doesn't really look like it. It looks like because of the hill here that most of these rows actually end here. So we'll take a look at some of this and then look at this little section of whatever this is here, whether it's landscaping or just a tree gone wild, I don't know. See Hal D. Bennett, 1864 to 1936, and Laura Bennett from 1868 to 1934, William Bennett, 1856 to 1929, then M.A.B., M.A. Bennett, Mary A. Bennett. Okay, so that confused me because it said B, but over here you see Mary A. Dreyer Bennett. So used both, essentially. Just one in the form of initials. So 1834 to 1905 for Abel Bennett, and then Mary 1836 to 1914. And you see Abel right here, who also chose to use just initials. And some really epic looking, I just like these just like a lot of them that are like the granite or marble or whatever. I'm assuming this is granite, but they last so long and they look so brand new after all these years, which is great. But like these really kind of look so, they have that historic feel to them, I feel like. I'm wondering if maybe these are probably I'm not sure what they're, I think these might be made of limestone. You see Charles here, 1867, and another veteran here, Chauncey, son of Herman and Janina, looks like, 1863, so probably a Civil War veteran that actually gave his life in the service of his country during the Civil War, so it's quite courageous. And another name, I'm not sure if I've heard that before, Jephthah. So let me know again if you ever heard of it. Let me know what you know about it if you do. This is 1863. Ooh. Something's in the woods. And then a very large Wright memorial here for Nathaniel Wright, who passed in 1888, aged 73 years. I don't see any other people listed on it. Let's go around the other side before I say that. Okay, nothing on this side here. I'll walk through this little gap here and see Wright of 1879 and Martha Ann Elbridge, right? What? Oh, Martha Ann, wife of Elbridge Wright, excuse me, 1892. And some unfortunate chunks here of things. This one probably is connected, but this one here, it's probably a little difficult to say. But kind of get a good view from here, pretty epic. And this is, now I'm seeing from the sign, the Wright Cemetery. I was, again, unable to look it up, forgot to look it up before I left. Just went ahead and headed this way, and wouldn't you know it, I got here and had no signal whatsoever. Ooh, that's another Wright here, and you can see this massive chunk of this missing. This was something that really makes me wonder. It must have been maybe a fissure in the rock or something, because it would be quite a bit of force to hit something like that and break a chunk off. I don't know what it would take, but I would think if the unfortunate were true and it were like vandalism or something like that, that it would be like, it would take like a sledgehammer or something to do that. You see Mary Odell, 1854 to 1924, and then Lodema, 1842 to 1907, and just so much here. I think we're gonna definitely get a few different parts here, but first let's go ahead and walk over this way and check out this little section, which looks like we're absolutely going to find a few hidden things in there. And we can see there is no writing on the back of this one either. So just a one-person massive memorial there. And if you look carefully, already we have something hidden back there. Wow, some unfortunate damage here too. We see there's probably a very large, tall, well, decent sized stone at least missing. And then something here has been completely knocked over, although it's kind of hard to tell exactly what did it. It looks like maybe something hit it and ran over it. It could be an animal though, it's hard to say. If you've ever seen deer panic ever, you might understand why that could be actually a sign of like deer damage. If you got a large enough size animal and enough force, it really could do some real damage. And yeah, more than I thought was hiding down here. You can see right here is something. I can't really get a read on it. I'm going to try back at the command center once again. I haven't been having too good of luck recently, and definitely more than I thought was back here. Looks like we're clear or directly below, but we have something here. Again, incredibly hard to read. Probably not going to be able to get too much off of it. I see an 1823. I'm going to guess that's the year of birth. And again, if I can find or read it when I get back, I'm going to have to do that. And then there's something way back in there. And that's the one we were seeing just a minute ago. And I don't know how we're going to get to it. It might be easier from over here. Wow, whoa, what was that? Oh, I think there's kittens back here maybe. But I How do I get to this thing? It's so hard. Yeah, it's gonna be impossible to see. It's about as good as I can do. Let's see though. I'm gonna go around the back again. I want to make sure that that was just one cat. And here's another one. I don't even see. Being swarmed by something. I'll try and get a view here real quick. Huh, wow. There's a lot back here. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get a good read on it or not, but we'll try. Wow. And I don't see any little kittens, so I think I just scared the cat that was hiding back here and probably like hunting some like field mice or something like that. So we're good there. But wow. Okay, good. I don't hear any meowing.